We back and live, man. We on the game with it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, it's game time, man. It's real. Let's get on this game, y'all. I need y'all to like, share. All right, man. We're gonna get on this game. Hey, man. I want to say thank you, God. We up and at it. We on the game, man. Thank you, God, for giving me a blessed day to wake you up. I mean, because it's a great day, good day to everybody out there. I want to say thank you, God. I want to say thank you, chat, for always supporting me with the music and stuff. I want to say thank you, God, for letting me be able to do the music and give the people new music to listen to. Because we finna go record some new music today. It's Sunday Fun Day, man. Let's go. We're on the game with it. So I'm gonna play freaking probably Fortnite for a few times. Play like 2, 3 matches. Fortnite. Then I'm gonna jump on Call of Duty. But yeah, man. A lot of people thought that was pretty cool. They like I had a couple messages in my direct messages. They lied, but y'all didn't know that I did a show with Dizzy, right? I thought y'all knew that I did a show with Dizzy, right? So a lot of people didn't know I did a show with Dizzy, right? Yeah, and it was packed. It was packed. It was at a fairground. It was a fairground event, which was cool as hell because I love performing at a fairgrounds because the stage was outside. There's a bunch of people, a bunch of vendors, a bunch of local businesses, local support. Uh, I thought it was pretty cool, man. So a lot of people didn't know that I did a show with Dizzy, right? Yeah, I did a show with Dizzy, right? That picture that y'all see that I posted on my YouTube, the picture with me and Dizzy Wright, that was at a show backstage. We was backstage and stuff. He had his little VIP, and that was where we was at. He was just chilling in the room, VIP. That's what was cool as hell. Like everybody else is outside in the heat because it was hot. At this time, I think it was about 2 years ago. It was like 100 and some degrees, probably like 108. It was like 108, so it was hot. It's hot as hell. And like luckily we had the AC. That's why if you see he had the sweater on, I didn't have the sweater on because like he was just sitting in the AC. So like me, I was outside moving around, seeing everybody, moving around the event and stuff, and it was just hot. It was sweating. We was hot as hell. But it was cool as fuck. Dizzy Wright, man. And at that time, uh, he performed that Floyd Money Mayweather song that I played. That I put on. That's the song that I put behind the picture of me and him. He performed that song. He performed a few of his new hits. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all wondering where Dizzy Wright's from. He from Las Vegas. Live in Vegas and stuff. Yeah, Dizzy Wright hard, bro. Dizzy Wright hard as fuck. His music different. His music different for sure. But like I said, a lot of y'all, I just got messages. My boy was like, man, I didn't even know you had a show with Dizzy Wright. Yes, sir. And it was a great show. I performed. I might post a picture of me on the stage with the mic soon. That's about it. But I mean, there was much more artists than just Dizzy Wright. You know what I mean? There was big artists there that day, and I thought that was amazing. Because like I said, it was all at the fairgrounds. So it was pretty cool to be on a show with big artists like that at the fairgrounds. But yeah, man, like Dizzy Wright, his music, one thing that I like about Dizzy Wright, he's been consistent for a very long time. And that's why I keep telling y'all that consistency is key. And he ain't consistently dropping like music, but he's been consistent for the last, what, 7, 8 years. Shout out to Dizzy Wright, man. You know who I am, man. Shout out to Dizzy Wright, it's red. And so, like I said, I'm trying to do more shows with cool artists like that. Another one that y'all just see me post that picture of, everybody know BG finally home from Louisiana, right? So I just posted that picture with me and Magnolia Chop. Now, me and Magnolia Chop, we got a song called One Day. If y'all know, that's Magnolia Chop on that song with Birdman. That song I posted with the picture and it's got that song with Birdman, that's Magnolia Chop on the hook. And that's why I was blessed because, like, even in my song, Magnolia Chop shouts me out. And not only did he shout me out, it's a song called One Day. It's a blessing. And everything happens for a reason. And I thought that was so cool because, like, one thing is, Magnolia Chop, he's very humble. His music's hard. He got the Oh Well. He did the Out the Ghetto. He's got much more music than that. Uh, One thing I liked about Chop, he was very relaxed with me. When we got in the studio, we got straight to cooking up. Like if y'all see behind us, it had the Mac Dre. And Mac Dre and the Underdog, 15 Years Deep. Come on now, that's a classic album of Mac Dre right there behind me. I don't even know. That's some history right behind me. And like I said, I thought it was cool, to be with Magnolia Chop. Because at that time, like, he was part of Cash Money. I mean, I wouldn't say he was a part of Cash Money, but he was rocking with Cash Money, you know what I mean? Magnolia Chop was always around Birdman, BG, Lil Wayne, you know, Slim. And so Juvenile, I just seen that video with BG, Juvenile, Birdman, and Magnolia Chop. They all in the studio. And that's what I'm trying to say, like, a lot of people don't even know I got songs with Magnolia Chop, man. That's my guy. I want to say, he believed in me when a lot of people didn't, He just told me keep doing what I got to do. Hold on, we finna smack some shit. We need that. Alright, you got it, Crown? See if we can get it real quick. Ooh, you got me in the Crown, okay. Let's start the game off like that, man. So like I said, yeah, Magnolia Chop, you know, he a older Louisiana artist. He from back in the day, like I did a song out the Ghetto with Birdman. He got songs with BG. Uh, he got songs with Juvenile, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he got some music, bro. So if y'all haven't checked out Magnolia Chop music, check him out. Like I say, he from the Third Ward of Louisiana, and yeah, man, New Orleans to be exact. You know what I mean? And so like I thought that was cool, you know what I mean, to be with Magnolia Chop. That Out the Ghetto song, I used to play that riding around with my moms and shit, you know. She used to have all the Cash Money records, you know, all the BG, all the Juvenile, you know. She had all that music, bro. And that was one of the songs that was on the music, you know. They had that Out the Ghetto, Birdman and Magnolia Chop. And so, like I said, I thought it was cool because next, you know, Magnolia Chop, like, Red, let's get a song. I wasn't trying to get a song. He was just where I went to, he was there. Next, you know, he was like, I'm doing features, woo, 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 woo. So uh, I ended up just connecting with him, shot him what he was asking for the feature. He knocked it out real quick, you know what I mean? And I thought that was love, dude. That was love, man. Because Magnolia, like I said, we was in a where we met up at. It wasn't in a normal area. It was in the Bay Area, but it wasn't like, you know, we were supposed to meet up. It was unexpected. We just both decided to go to the same studio at the same time, and that's kind of how it went down. And that's what's kind of cool, you know. Sometimes when you go to the studio, you never know who you're gonna see at the studio. So you might see a big artist and might want to get a song with them, or you might want to reach out to them, you know. Like I done went to my boy's studio, and it's in the Bay too. And he's had so many big artists, you know, hella big artists, bro. And it's crazy because like when I was walking into the studio, I'm seeing some of these big artists, you know, and I'm even telling them, I'm like, bro, is that you know who? And he's like, yeah. And it's just like, damn, bro, that's crazy. We all going to the same spot to record. But what was cool about it is some of these guys weren't from the Bay Area, you know, they not from the Bay Area, and they going all the way to the same spot to record. So I thought that was kind of cool too. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them ain't from the Bay, but they still recording this shit. But, yeah, so like I said, I just thought that was kind of cool, you know? You never know who you gonna see at the studio. Like, I've been to this one studio, right? It's a big ass warehouse. Y'all ever seen the movie Too Fast, Too Furious, where they had all them cars pull out and it's just hella big ass ginormous warehouse, bro? Motherfucker look like an Amazon warehouse. You know, it's huge. And this motherfucker got, I think it had, I think it's 25 studios. 25 studios in that motherfucker, man. That's some shit. Like I said, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy when you like go to studios like that because they gotta buzz you in, right? So you get buzzed in through the gate. And not only do you get buzzed in through the gate, so it's a hella private studio. When you get on the property, it's a big warehouse, huge. And they turned the warehouse into a bunch of they turned the warehouse into a bunch of Yeah, they turned the warehouse into a bunch of studios, right? So it's like it's a bunch of rooms that are turned into separate studios, bro. And it's crazy, right? Because like I said, it's in the industrial building. That's what you would call it, as an industrial building. It's in an industrial building, so you ain't really got to worry about the noise. You know, everybody slapping. But it's crazy because like there's so many studios, right? But every room is soundproof, bro. All right, so every room is soundproof. So you be shocked, right? Cause like you up in this big ass warehouse, and you can't even really hear what's going on behind the doors with other artists making music, cause it's that soundproof, bro. And it's crazy, cause like you can really make so much noise when you're in an industrial building like that, you know? Cause like when you work at an industrial factory, they're making a bunch of noise with the machines and shit. And so I thought that was kind of cool, you know? It taught me like industrial buildings are a perfect place to do a studio or do something where you need to make a lot of noise. And yeah, it was kind of cool, bro. Cause it's got 25 studios. Well, like I said, when I would go, me and my boys, we went out to just go chill and you know, take a little break after we were in the studio. When we went out to go take a break, damn. When we went out to go take a break, right? Going out to take a break, we seeing big artists. You know, I ain't throw no names out there because like I don't want to just they oh you telling people where I was and this nah. So but there was big name artists, so I was shocked because when we seeing them, damn, you here recording too, and they like we always come here, we always woo, woo, woo. So it's like I was finding out where they went to record. And then, like I said, next you know, we all up in this place chilling. It's a gated facility. So, like I said, you got to get buzzed in just to go in and out that motherfucker. You can't even just pull out. You can't pull just in. And I thought it was hella cool because it's a private security, you know. It's nice. It's private. Uh, it's very relaxing. Like I said, the vibe, building. They had their little, I guess you would call it. A lot of people call it their little arcade stuff. They had all their little arcade area where you could play and just chill and relax. And not only did they have the arcade area where you could play and chill like a lounge, then they had the snacks, they had the food, they had the chips, they had the soda, the drinks, the water. Like, bro, that's how it's supposed to feel, bro. It was very relaxing. Everybody was grubbing. We was all just chilling. Like I said, everybody was in and out. Like, it was a great vibe, bro. A great vibe. A great vibe. And I just know, like, studios like that thrive because not only do they thrive just because, like I said, they're in an industrial building and there's 25 studios. Now they thrive because you're networking. Like I said, your network is your network. You know what I mean? You gotta make connections. You gotta reach out. You gotta know people. You know, that's how you get into a better position. It's not about what you know. It's about who you know. You can know everything, but if you don't know nobody, you ain't never gonna get yourself into a better connection. So that's what I had to find out the hard way. You know what I mean? I used to always think, oh, it's about what I know, what I know, what I know, but it wasn't. It was really about who you know and how can I have them help me get the doors that I can't get my own self in, or how can they help me get through doors that I wasn't able to, because they through doors that we ain't through yet. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, it was pretty cool. Like I said, it was a dope ass experience seeing 25 studios soundproof like that in a big industrial building like an Amazon warehouse. I mean, it's huge. It's huge, and it's crazy. Like I said, it's a gated facility. So it's just wild to think that they turned and like I said, when you go in, you gotta get buzzed in and then buzzed out that motherfucker. So it's very private and it's very relaxing. You know, all the artists are there having good vibes. You know, that's how it's supposed to be when you go to a studio. Everybody here that we working. You know what I mean? Some of y'all go to a studio just to chill. I mean, that's cool too. It's all right to chill in the studio, but I'd rather go chill outside by the beach, go chill outside at the river, go chill outside at the lake than just chill in the studio. When I'm in the studio, I'm trying to make music and really cook up something. And then when I get out, then I could go chill. But some people, they like chilling in the studio. I do love going to the studio. That's one of my favorite places to go. But like I tell people all the time, bro, I'm not a rapper. I'm not a artist. Yeah, I make music here and there, but like I told y'all, I'm really an entrepreneur. That's what everybody really want to call me. That's it. I'm just an entrepreneur, bro. I don't make no freaking music. I ain't no rapper. I ain't none of that. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to tell y'all. Like, not all my music's hip hop. You know, some of my music's different. Some different vibes. It's not just all hip hop, but a lot of it I'ma say is a lot. A lot of it is on like that hip hop style rap. But hey, maybe we might make a country song. We might make a rock song. I don't know. Make something that they least expect. Do something different. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. Ain't nobody gonna help me do it. I gotta do it by myself. So it be things that I had to put together. But like I said, I'm gonna get this new music drop for y'all immediately because I know y'all been waiting for some more new music. So I got this new music finna drop. Uh, Next month I got music videos. You know what I mean? I want to say shout out to my guy. Like I said, if y'all need a deal, most definitely comment. He doing 2 music videos for 400 right now to the end of the month. And it's almost the end of the month. So if you don't hit him right now, that's your loss. That's 2 music videos for 400. And so I just want y'all to know we got some new music coming for y'all. We got some new music videos and new music coming. I'm slowly saving up for this camera. I gotta get that new. Yeah, most definitely gonna get the new camera. You know what I mean? So I'm about to get this new camera. Once I get the new camera, I do hope that the footage will be better than what I'm giving you now because I will have the new camera. I already had a camera, but yeah, I ain't gonna say it. Sometimes your animals get to your things. And so yeah, you know what I mean? We're gonna get this new camera going and get this new footage rolling. Like I said, I got new food reviews to do. I got a bunch of stuff I'm ready to do for y'all. Let alone, the traveling. Back to the traveling, bro. A lot of people wonder why I ain't. Now I'm traveling. I just ain't been coming to see none of y'all. It's time I start seeing everybody and popping out. Come on. Yes, sir. Double kill. So like I said, that's just something that we working on and just giving y'all more cool content to watch. Like I want to do a few challenges. I've been talking to a group of my boys doing like a challenge. We'll put some money up for the challenge and make it open to everybody. If you want to join the challenge and give it a shot, that's all you. Like one of my boys right now, he's got an all you can eat. So if you eat it in 10 minutes, he pays you $300 cash. $300 cash if you could eat the food in 10 minutes. But it's $50 worth of food. It's a lot of food. A lot of food. And if you eat it in 10 minutes, you get your $300. So you get 300 cash, and I'm pretty sure you don't have to pay for the meal. So you see how he's doing a challenge like that? That's how I'm trying to do challenges for y'all. Ooh, damn. Oh, shit. Damn. We got a rocket launcher. But yeah, so like I said, That's something I just want to do. More challenges, more stuff that y'all want to watch. But I will do more like, you know how I was doing them videos of me rapping my lyrics and doing my music. Uh, I will do more better ones than that. Like they call them little short videos or short promo videos. We're gonna do those. You know what I mean? I got some more for the drop. Uh, yeah, bro, I'm excited. I got big things on the way. But like I said, next video we shoot the 2 music videos. I got studio coming up. I got the new show I told y'all about. You know, I mean, I didn't say the artist yet, but we do got the show coming, so y'all get ready for that. And yeah, bro, I'm excited. I'm excited. I want to say thank you, God, for letting us wake up on this beautiful Sunday. I want to say thank you, God, for letting me wake up and eat breakfast on this beautiful Sunday. Because, you know, if y'all know, I woke up with that pancakes topped with fruit. Yeah, I'm finna post the video. That shit was fire. And that's what I'm trying to say, bro. Go wake up and have a great morning. Have a great day. You know what I mean? And do your thug thizzle, world. Everybody have a blessed day and do what you gotta do to get out there and go get it for the day. Yes, sir. I wanted to say, you know, we went up 47 subscribers. That's 47 membership subscribers. Not just 47 subscribers, 47 membership subscribers. Come on, man. That's what I'm talking about. I need y'all to keep doing that type of support. And it's cool because, like I said, I will start dropping the exclusive content. That's the thing. I'm going to start dropping content that only goes to the memberships only. And then I will drop content that is, you know, publicly and for everybody, but it will be monetized, which most of my content already is monetized. But I'm going to make sure I do monetize the other stuff. That's it. Man, I'm about to land next to these dudes. Till we capture the flag before they capture it. Yes, sir. I didn't even think I was going to be able to get that far. But yeah, I got a couple more spots I'm gonna hit. Like I said, I got that you know, it's a restaurant where they serve Indian, they call it Indian cuisine. We gonna do that one. You know, that's an exotic food. I thought it was pretty cool. You know, it tastes good. So I'm gonna hit it, show y'all a review, show what it's like, show you the price, you know, and then what else I got? After I do that, like I said, I'm gonna do more. I do the Indian cuisine. I'm trying to think about doing Jersey Mike's subs. You know, everybody know Jersey Mike's subs. I might go do a review for them. They've been asking me to come do their sandwiches. I haven't did it yet, but we might do it one of these days. Uh, what's another place we might hit? I was thinking about. Hold on. Another one I was thinking about was like it's not hometown buffet, but it's pretty similar to hometown buffet, and I'm gonna hit it and show y'all what y'all think about that. It's more like American buffet, you know what I mean? But like really, yeah, it ain't no hometown buffet. That's for damn sure. Y'all know we used to love hometown buffet. That's something they need to bring back. Is hometown buffet, dude. Hometown buffet. If they came back and did it right this time, man. Come on now. I used to love getting unlimited ices. You got ice cream. You got the dessert. Yeah, yeah. That's the stuff we need to bring back. It ain't the all you can eat buffets. For real. Then you could be like the group. Y'all remember Fat Boys? Dun, 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 dun. Fat Boys. Dun, 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 dun. You might be a little chubby, but don't you? Yeah, them is hard, dude. And it's cool too, cause like when the Fat Boys came out, you know, you had Curtis Blow, you had Big Daddy Kane, you had some cool artists back then, dude. That's why I love the Legends, bro. The Legends was on something different, bro. Y'all gotta understand the way they dress, the way they talk. Shock G, uh, Digital Underground. You know what I mean? I was blessed to be able to meet Shock G. And I didn't even know he was Humpty. You know, I always thought it was two separate people. Next, you know, he was playing both characters at the same time. That's just crazy. And yes, sometimes he had somebody, you know, dressed up as Humpty while he was there doing it. But he still was the voice of Humpty and Shock G. So when you think about who Humpty was, Humpty dances the chin, that's Shock G. And like, I thought that was cool. Because, you know, growing up in the Bay Area, like I said, I've met Shock G multiple times. And I just thought it was cool growing up around him, you know, him being with Tupac and my mom's, you know, my pops, like my real parents listening to his music, growing up off that sound, that digital underground sound. And I think it's so cool, you know, because now we got new Hump. They call him Young Hump. I don't know if y'all ever heard of Young Hump. Look up Money B and Young Hump. And it was cool because Young Hump came out at the same time, you know, when he was around, Shock G was alive. And so I thought that was cool to be able to see Humpty and Young Hump together, you know. And I just think it's cool how Shock G made, like, you know, they really made another Humpty type of sound because Young Hump sounds just like Humpty. I think that, yeah, yeah. Like one of my favorite songs by Money B and Young Hump from the Digital Underground is Come Here, Come Here. It's got Too Short on it with the 4 racks of the Mechanics. And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of history with the music, with them, you know, the legends doing the music like that. Like just yesterday, I got asked how I got connected with E40's brother, D-Shot. And like I said to the dude, you know, D-Shot was making movies in Vallejo back when he was around them with the clique, would Be Legit. Y'all seen I just posted the picture with Be Legit and me. We was over there big chiefing in the club. And I thought it was crazy, right? Because like I said, him, E40, and Be Legit, they all started the clique. But D-Shot, that's E40's brother. So like I said, me being around him and watching the movies, he had just came out with a movie called uh, Don't Get Caught. Yeah, Don't Get Caught. And that's with E40, Mike Epps is in it. You know, they got a bunch of dope artists from it. But D shot it. Now it's on Tubi. So if you ever want to watch that movie, it's on Tubi TV. You know, E40's got a bunch of other movies on Tubi too. But I'm just saying that's one of my favorite movies by E40 on Tubi TV. And I think when they first made it, it was called What Are the Chances? Like I remember when D Shot was first about to release it, he was about to say What Are the Chances? And then they changed the name to Don't Get Caught. And, you know, it's a funny movie with the rapper E40 and his brother shot it. Like I said, you know, around the time I was around D Shot, the movie was going through the production. So it was something cool to be able to see, not only kind of come together, but then you actually get to see the movie of how the quality was and the great quality. Yeah, yeah. So like I said, D Shot, you know, he OG, and I was just talking to the another artist that got songs with him, and his name's Stone Praxton. And I was talking to him, and we was just talking about just, you know, the music. And he was like, man, that's crazy. You know, D Shot too. And it's like a lot of people, if you in the Bay Area, and most definitely like Vallejo and those cities, and like, you know, that North Bay cities, you for surely know E40, you know D Shot, you know all of them. It's just, it's part of the history. They've been around, you know, since Mac Dre days if the clique was there. So that's the thing. Like, remember the song I just posted with Jay Diggs? He was like, before Snoop Dogg, Biggie, and Pac, it was Mac Dre, and he ran with the romp. He was California living. The Bay was on. And that was way back before E40 was on. It was Too Short, bitch. That was all we not. Come on. I met Ray Love when he was rocking with Pac. Shout out my guy, Ray Love. Come on, dude. Guys, some legends now. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, like to show some of y'all from the younger generation, like Young Noble. Young Noble who passed away, one of my favorite artists, you know. Like I said, he's on that song called I'll Be Your Pusher with Burner and Young Noble. And that song is crazy, right? Because it's a lot of history with that song. Let alone it's a lot of history with Young Noble from the Outlaws, you know, Tupac days. They was running the group called the Outlaws. And it's just a lot of history, you know. And that was one person I was sad about losing because he was a great artist, dude. And if y'all ain't never checked out Young Noble's music, I mean, check it out. Like I said, he was part of the Outlaws. So if you heard of the Outlaws with Tupac, Tupac and the Outlaws, that's why they be like Outlaws. Yeah, that's them. And so it's a lot of history. And it's crazy because like I was talking to Burner and all them and all the history, you know, talking to him and his team about the history with that song. And they even forgot they had that song with Young Noble. You know, a lot of people like, because he just put Noble. He didn't put Young Noble. He didn't put the Outlaws. But he says it at the beginning. So he's like, Outlaws. So you know it's him. But like, I felt like that was one thing that stood out. He didn't like, at that time, the song, like his title for his name is Noble. It's not Young Noble. And so I think that's why he didn't really get the I guess what would you say, the recognition he was supposed to on that song. You know what I mean? Because like everybody know the Outlaws. So if you ain't checked out that song, I suggest you check it out. It's called I'll Be Your Pusher. It's got Young Noble on it with Burner. It's a great song. And that's Young Noble from the Outlaws. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of history, I know. Like if y'all can see you know, we already talked about with grandpa and stuff, all the history, but I did post that so you can see a little bit of my grandpa's history. But I'm gonna post some of the videos, like in more pictures and more San Francisco history, because there's a lot of history in SF. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people don't understand how like part of music history SF is. Because if you know, like SF, that was where the jazz clubs were. So like that's when the first jazz, you know what I mean? First all that. Then not only do we have the first jazz, rock music. Did y'all know rock music came from the Bay Area? A lot of people didn't. Bill Graham. He started literally one of the biggest rock movement. You know, you had the Grateful Dead back then. You had the who else you had? You had freaking, you know, you had all that shit. Ozzy Osbourne was around back then, you know what I mean? Like, long live Ozzy Osbourne. But, like, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, it's a lot of history, you know? It's a lot of history. And, like, my grandfather, he not only paved the way for a lot of history, he helped others pave the way as well, like Bill Graham, which I am, you know, salute to Bill Graham, long live Bill Graham. And he even said it, without Charles, he would be nothing. And I thought that was kind of cool because it was like, that's what it's about, is opportunity. Like at the end of the day, if my grandfather didn't let Bill Graham get the opportunity, we wouldn't have rock music to this day. You know what I mean? My grandfather, he started the Harlem of the West. Have y'all ever heard of that? There's books, there's movies about it. Yeah, that's about my family, the Harlem of the West. I know you can Google it, look it up, what the Harlem of the West is. And like I said, what it is at the time, you know, one thing that was cool about the Harlem of the West and the whole thing going on is because it really came from Harlem, you know? Like, that's why it was called the Harlem of the West. Like, they was doing that on New York pretty much way before, you know? And it wasn't like they were doing it before. Because, like, the jazz was still popping in New York around the same time it was in the Bay. So, like, that's why the history of the Harlem of the West. But you would say that Harlem sound, you know? There's a lot of history with the sound in Harlem, in New York. And that's why it became the Harlem of the West, because not only did that sound come all the way from New York, but it traveled all the way over there and, you know, became the sound of the West. So that's why it was the Harlem sound of the West, or the Harlem of the West, not only because the district and the way they lived it, because, like, you know, this is Fillmore. This is the Fillmore district. So it's kind of like Harlem. You know what I mean? Like the way it's built, it's gentrified. You know, like it's poverty. You know, coming from nothing, building from the ground up. And I thought that was kind of cool because it's literally just like Harlem. You know, uh, you know, I like that was cool about that Harlem of the West. And that's another thing my grandpa was a part of, the Harlem of the West movement. Like I said, they got movies, they wrote books about my grandfather. It's a lot of history, bro. It's a lot of history. And a lot of people remember that because at that time it was during the Renaissance movement. So this is during the 1955s, the 60s, the 70s. You know, this is all during that time. And it's crazy because, like I said, you know, my grandpa, he passed in the 60s and stuff. So, you know, it was a big deal. It was a big deal. Big deal. And not only just for us as the family when we lost him, but it was just a big deal for San Francisco alone. Because, like, you know, he built the Fillmore Auditorium. I mean, he didn't build it, but he refurnished it, reestablished it, you know, built it into a better venue. He built it to a better venue, right? So like he built it to a better venue. Cause you know, one thing about the Fillmore Auditorium, ooh, I was just about to turn around on him. One thing about the Fillmore Auditorium, I think it was built in like 1930. So that building is very old. Very old. And like if you know, it's on the corner of Gary Street. So there's a lot of history right there. A lot of history in just that area, let alone at the Fillmore Auditorium. You can ask some of your favorite artists, some big artists too. A lot of big name artists have performed at the Fillmore Auditorium. That was named, my grandpa named the building the Fillmore Auditorium, and he was the reason why, you know, a lot of performers came, you know, not only him, but in I think it was 1960, He started working with Bill Graham. And in 1960, he was working with Bill Graham. They ended up signing a contract where, you know, Bill Graham would first see of everything going on for the Fillmore Auditorium. And it's crazy, right? Because like not only did he want like my grandpa wanted Mr. Bill Graham to overlook everything with the Fillmore, because you know at this time this was a lot. It was still racist back then. It was still like it was still a lot of division. It was still a lot of like, you know, you can't go in because this, like, you know, the sink said blacks only, whites only. Like, yeah, it was still a lot of racial discrimination going on, you know. Like at the time, it was a rough time, you know. The whole world was just more of everybody to themselves. Even now, we still are to ourselves now. I think it's kind of cool, you know. We still see that till this day. We still all be to ourselves now, but it's just more of a mixed pot. You know what I mean? Everybody, you might go here, you gonna see some. You might see an African dude, you might see white, Caucasian, you might see Chinese, you know what I mean? Now the world's just such a mixed pot. That's why we should never have to worry about that anymore, because we all here together mixed. Whether it's white, black, brown, whatever color you is. You know, fuck, you are mixed with us. We are all in it together, alright? And so, like me, you know, my pops, he was white. As y'all can see, you know, I had posted that video. He was white, so that's one thing. Like I never could look at anything race wise or anything like that, because he taught me at an early age, you know, him being white and how he took care of me, and I looked up to him as my real dad, even though he wasn't my real dad, and he treated me like his real son. Anything I needed, he would go get it, no question about it. And I thought that was pretty cool, you know. Let alone if I needed something, he taught me to ask for it. Cause there was times I used to try to take from him, and he's like, you know, that's the African way of thinking. Just ask. You might get hit with a no, but you might get hit with a yes. And so when he taught me that, a lot of times I used to not want to ask because I knew he was gonna say no back in the day. And like that's why I knew like I didn't want to ask back in the day. I'm like, oh, pause, I might ask him for this, that. He gonna be like, no. But now, from what I learned from it, and you know, it's like I tell kids now or anybody, you know, I just got asked yesterday if I wanted to buy a bunch of little cookies, and I just donated a little $5 to them. They were selling little Girl Scout cookies, and that's just crazy. That's what I'm talking about. They getting out and trying to sell the stuff, no matter the situation. They outside trying to sell the cookies, and that's what my pops taught me too. Like, nobody gonna hand you the results. You gotta go put some work in to get some type of result. You can't do nothing. That's like I said, I gotta go to the studio today. Like, if I sat there and been like, okay, I'm gonna go to the studio today, but I'm just gonna go chill up there and relax, you know, eat some good food with my boys, have a good time with them, and not make music, that defeats the purpose of me going to the studio. That defeats the purpose for the renting and what we pay for and all the equipment and everything that's in there and all the stuff. It defeats the purpose, because my boys that are up there producing, which are all fire producers, you know, a lot of them are on the songs y'all hearing. Every single person that records me up there at that studio that I be at is a fire producer. They do a great job. The equipment is great. And I just want to be able to say I'm thankful for that. But I don't want to waste the time. I don't want to waste our equipment. Like I said, it all costs money. We got rent. There's a monthly bill on that fucking place. It ain't like it's just a place we get to chill in. No, we got to pay for this place. The studio. Another thing that's not free, like the mixing and mastering, and that has to be added on. It's not like you just record and then the song's done. No, you still gotta mix it down. You still gotta master it. That's why I try to tell y'all, that's one thing that a lot of y'all artists need to do with your music. Cause like y'all be wondering why my shit sound 10 times better than y'all shit. Nigga, you ain't even mixed and mastered your shit. Your shit sounds like trash. And I'm just saying. And then people are like, why is his quality so much better? Not only because the mics are so much better where I'm going, it's the mix and mastering. It's my boys actually taking the time to make the song quality. Cause that's the thing. Like I try to tell people, I used to be one of them. That's the thing. I used to put out the shitty quality music, right? So I used to not worry about this with the quality. I used to not. Nobody taught me about mixing and mastering. So when we first started recording music, I never thought that, oh, I gotta get this mixed and mastered. Let alone a lot of my boys that are producers, some of them are big producers out the Bay Area. Y'all know who the Mechanics is, Flow Racks and Mechanics. Another one y'all remember, Tracks a Million. Yeah, long live Tracks a Million, man. That's a real history producer right there. And one thing that I loved from seeing all that with the music, man, is just the production means so much. That's why producers have to get so much credit. Producers are very important. Not only is the producer important, a beat maker is important, the artist is important, the team that puts it all together is important, which is like the promotion team, let alone the promotion team, the sound team, the videographer team, the director is important. Whoever the director for the videos, the music videos, those are all important. Everything is important because that's what makes it all work together. Let alone, like I told y'all, I do it all myself without a team. Some people do that. It's not just like I'm the only artist that's doing it all myself without a team. Nah, I just choose to do it all myself without a team. Trust me, I've had a couple of my boys be like, put me on, let me rock with you, do this, that. And it's not that, it's just I need you to have the same drive and mindset that I did. And I don't want to headbutt with you about how we got to do this and that because you're going to feel like, oh, I'm doing this too slow, or, oh, bro, we need to do this fast. Like I told you, I don't rush greatness. Greatness just comes, and when it comes, then I'm thankful when it comes. But other than that, I'm not rushing it. And I think a lot of people be rushing it. Either way, we back on this game, y'all. And so, like I said, you can't rush greatness, just don't waste time. When you get in that studio, I try to tell a lot of artists, I was with Doobie, you know, that's another one used to rap with Mac Dre. And one of the biggest things he told me that stuck with me as history with the music and what to utilize as an artist with the music is don't waste time in the studio that you just paid so much money for. Like some of us as artists, like I don't know, like where y'all going to, but some of these studios I go to are $100 an hour. So if it's $100 an hour, you ain't trying to waste that $100. You just play the blue bill note. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to waste my time. It costs money to make money. That's one thing with the music. It takes money to make money. That's promotion. Promotion is important with the music, and it's not like every artist has to be promoted a certain way, but I think it's good that certain artists like their music promoted this way and this and this. I don't know, I'm trying to find this dude. Hold on, y'all. We still waking up, man. We up and at it. Oh, he's right there. Nah, you ain't forgetting. Come on. Pop out again. Pop out of this. Oh, he moved. Alright, we're gonna try and get over there real quick. He's right here in this room. Oh, you right there, right there. Oh, no, he's right there. And that's why I just try to tell artists, it's all investment. The music, the buying the beat, you know what I mean? You buy the beat, that's the investment. You pay for the studio time, that's an investment. You get the song mixed and mastered, that's an investment. You just gotta be willing to invest in yourself and you're gonna see all the results, I promise you. But some people, like I said, it's not that they don't want to invest in themselves, because I think a lot of people do want to invest in themselves. It's just some artists don't have the funds to do that, and that's like, me. I had to find that out a long time ago. I used to think I had the funds and everything for it, right? Ooh, I used to think I had the funds to like, oh, I'm gonna do this and invest this into my music, and I'm gonna invest that. Then I had to figure out what to really invest in. That's one thing that I'm thankful now that I know what to invest in. I know what to do. I know to do all that. And it took me a while. It took me a very long time. Nobody taught me. I had to teach myself. You know what I mean? That's why I'm independent. I keep trying to tell y'all that. Stay independent. Keep your 100% royalties. Uh, Drop music because you want to do it. Be your own boss. That's what the music's about. It's creating your own wave, and the waves don't move fast unless you want them to move fast. And like me personally, right now, I'm having a. It's not even like my shit ain't even a wavy right now. It's a little bit of a wave, but it's kind of mellowing out. But shit, we finna make a tsunami pretty soon, and that's with the music. That's with the videos. The wave is gonna start harder. More people supporting the music, the better it gets. The more support you're gonna get. Like I said, when I look back at the music that I made all those years ago till now, the music's gotten 10 times better. 10 times better. Like literally, look at my old music. If you go to the beginning of my YouTube back in 2015 to now, it's 10 times better. I can't even make this up. The music has gotten way, 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 way better. My performing, my performing on stage has gotten way better. Uh, the progress with the bringing the brand to life has gotten way better. You see the merch, you see the people wearing the sweaters, we see the people drinking sodas and having the sodas now. We seeing it. So now that we seeing it, now we know it's working. But it don't just work overnight. It took a little bit of progress to get it to start to work. And that's what I'm trying to teach y'all. Like, just put a little bit of effort in. You ain't even got to put much. Just a little bit of effort towards what you got to do, and you're gonna be shocked with just the progress. Like if you put some effort in today and then you put some effort in tomorrow, that's 2 days of effort. And you might not think like, oh, I didn't see much results. But the whole point is you did 2 days of solid effort, and you need to keep doing those days and keep up the great work with that. Putting effort in there, being consistent, being positive. Like I told y'all, positivity is key, plus, plus. You can't go wrong with plus signs. Everything's a plus. Add it. Add it up. Yeah, I mean? And I think that's one thing that the world needs to do. Like, if we all just stay positive and we be more happier, it's a plus, man. It's a plus. It's some great things, and it's a lot of opportunity in this world, dude. For you to become whatever you want to become. And don't let nobody ever tell you can't become what you want to become. Because if they telling you that, then they don't know, and they don't even know what their dreams is, and they don't want to chase their dreams. So don't ever listen to what the next person says about how to chase your own dreams. Everybody's dreams is different. Everybody's life is different. Everybody's opportunities is different. But we all have the same resources in 24 hours on this planet. That's what we all have to realize. Like, I think that's where a lot of people get the misconception, like even with, during the whole Charlie Kirk thing, where he was saying like, why can't a black person have the same like a white person, or why the white person can't have the same? They can. We all got the same 24 hours. We all got the same resources. He just might have a better opportunity. He might be in a better position. He might have more resources than the other person just because of where his life is or who his family knows or who his parents is. You get what I'm saying? And so that's where I had to, like, I agreed with Charlie on that, but then I had my disagreement too, because it's like, I know personally, some of us come from backgrounds we don't have that. We don't get the resources. We don't get the extra hand. We don't our family don't really know too many people to get us in the door of that type of success. You know what I mean? And it's not that you can't just get there. It's always possible to get there. But ain't nobody gonna help you or just hand it to you because they don't want you in that success spot already. But you can work for it. And when you work for it, then you get it. And I guess it's well deserved. And that's like Jay-Z, Nobody wanted to hand him where he is, where Jay-Z is in the music. They call him a music mogul now. I mean, pretty much he is. He the one who did y'all remember the Blueprint? The Blueprint was one of my favorite albums by Jay-Z. And that's epic. And if you look at Jay-Z now, I'm sure he never thought he would be, who he is today on the music. Like he knew he was gonna be big with the Blueprint and everything, but I'm talking like him being a music mogul, him being one of the pioneers for the music, like him and Beyonce, they lead couple. Everybody call them power couple. You know what I mean? And it's just like that's what we talking about. Like it didn't just happen for him. He had to really work towards that. Like if y'all remember the old Jay-Z when we was growing up watching Jay-Z, then you would understand why he's where he at today. You know what I mean? That same thing with Mr. Ross, Rick Ross, Kanye. Yeah, Kanye had his little disagreements, with the social media and the media and all. But when you think about the way he's carrying his brand and he's making a legacy and building a legacy and whatever he's trying to do with his mark he's trying to leave behind on the planet Earth. I mean, if you ask me, I think Kanye's doing the goddamn great job at it. Because we'll never forget Kanye. And y'all remember the song, How Could You Be So Heartless? Yeah, that shit was a hit. Kanye has some music. And that's like just right now. Y'all heard that new song, with Young Thug. I'm not going to say the lyrics because everybody knows it's very derogatory lyrics. But it's towards black people and he's black. And it's crazy because like some people take it as like, oh, he's crazy for saying that. But it's not that he's crazy for saying that. He's just trying to show the people we don't care anymore. We call each other that. You get what I'm saying? Like, you calling me that ain't finna affect me. That shit don't bother nobody. And I think that's something that the world needs to learn, because that just shows you how far we've came. Like, back in the days in the 50s and the 60s, they used to really offend people, you really get checked up over it. And now it's such a natural thing and it don't make the person that said it a bad thing. It don't make you being that person for that. They're like nothing. Like it's kind of crazy. It shows you like how much the world has changed and accepted it. And it's kind of a part of history now, like that's like how they say, like I was watching this video. I'm gonna post it on a clip. I'm gonna do a little video of me listening to this clip I want y'all to see. And he's just like, people say the past doesn't define you in the history. But it does. Because if that was the case, it wouldn't still be shaping the world till to this day. Like when we celebrate Independence Day, that's a piece of history. When we celebrate Martin Luther King, that's a piece of history. When we celebrate Thanksgiving, that is a piece of history that we're celebrating. And it's crazy, right? Because like celebrating Thanksgiving, that's when the pilgrims and all the natives all had their little battling it out. Welcome to America, pretty much. Welcome to the colonies, and all that. So like that was the natives and the colonists and the European people, that came from Europe at that time, fighting with the natives, which they called them pilgrims, fighting with the natives. let alone taking the land from the natives. And that's another piece of history, bro. And it's a lot of history, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. History don't just happen overnight, and history you just can't forget about, because that's what shaped you. That's like I told y'all when I was in foster care and group homes and all those incarcerations and all that shit. I don't look at it as a negative. I don't look at it as a bad thing. No, that's what shaped me today, to be focused, to be able to be positive, to be able to put the negative stuff aside and really focus on what life is really about. Because I think a lot of people fail to realize that. And it's okay. I mean, you're supposed to live life where you fail to realize, like, hey, you're here for a good time, not a long time, but you should still think about, the times you might not be here, and the times of what to do if you weren't here, and how you want to do it while you're here. Because that's the thing. We only got so much time. We all only got so much time. It's not like we're going to be here forever. This planet ain't going to be here forever. We want to hope it is, but I don't think it is, and nobody else thinks it is. And so, and like they say, God coming. It's only a matter of time before God returns. Yeah, and it sucks because that's the thing. God gonna return, but what about Jesus Christ ain't gonna be able to sacrifice on the cross no more? So what happens when God returns and Jesus doesn't get to sacrifice, because he already sacrificed himself? So that makes, well, who's the next sacrifice, or what's the next sacrifice? That's what you have to figure out, because that's the thing. You all know, Jesus sacrificed us for his sins. But now we got God coming back and everybody's like, repent this, repent that. But what about with Jesus? Because think about him. Now he sacrificed all that for what? You don't get another retry, sacrifice. He already sacrificed himself. And yeah, it's crazy when you think like that. Like, I don't know, I think big, dude. Like I said, today's Sunday. I woke up, I read my Bible. I already started the day perfectly good. If you know, you know. That's how I do it. First thing on a Sunday morning, I've read the Bible for 2 hours and just talked with God afterwards. And it's the best thing. I keep trying to tell y'all. That connection is crazy, bro. Because, like, some people say they don't feel him. I be feeling him, bro. Like, it's not like, you'll know when you feel him because you start to get these shivers, right? But it's not just like these shivers. It's a type of it's a feeling inside of you, bro. You can feel it spiritually, bro. And if you know, and you felt the Holy Spirit, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a shivers like of great feeling. And it's crazy because after it's done, it's like you get that shivers of relief, and then it just soothes out. And you like, okay, I know God heard me right there. Like, okay, you heard me. You touched me. I felt that shit. And it's like, yeah, that's how it be, bro. And I had to figure it out the hard way, just talking with God all the time. Like I said, I used to talk to him a lot, but I never felt him like how I do now. You really feel that shit. And like you could feel it in your heart, the shivers, the way your body, like everything. And then like that's like how they say, I used to always think, when you would speak to God or speak about God, you had to close your head and pray and all that. Nah, just it has to come from the heart. And once it comes from the heart, you're gonna get those shivers and you're gonna feel them. Like I said, bro, you're gonna be like, what the hell, dude? This motherfucking shit real. And it's something that's powerful, dude. It's fucking powerful. It's power, true power, dude. Spiritual power. That's why I told you spiritual warfare can always be stronger than physical warfare. Yeah, physical warfare lasts so long, but spiritual warfare is forever. That's the thing. And so, yeah, bro. It's some crazy shit. It's some shit. Like I told you, I woke up today reading the Bible on the good vibes. Gotta go with the music. I just woke up good vibes and blessed. We woke up this morning, and I hope y'all do the same. I want to say thank you all for becoming a member. I want to say thank you for liking, sharing, subscribe, And that's how we gonna do it. We just gonna keep dropping this content. I'm finna jump on Call of Duty right now for a couple matches, and then I'm finna get off of here. And I just want y'all to understand, that's what it's about. Like, that's exactly what it's about. Positivity, thanking God. We up, we at it. It's a beautiful day today. Good morning, my neighbor. Good morning, America. That's how we feeling today. And and it's cool because it's like, just if the world could all feel like that every day, dude, for at least, if we could do it for at least 6 years, where everybody woke up on positive stuff, right? Nobody headbutting, nobody fighting, everybody on good terms. You know how far this planet could go, y'all? Very far. Very, very, very far. Let alone not just our planet and just the country of America itself, but the whole world as a whole. Because I think we all do good. We do good with, communication. Like, yeah, we like Charlie. The one dude could have communicated with Charlie instead of doing, what he did to Charlie, and long live Charlie Kirk. But one thing that it taught us is Charlie Kirk got a lot of communication before that happened. And so that's what it's about. Like, I bet you Charlie, if he was here today, he would do it all over again. He would do it all over again and wouldn't want it to be any different. Because, like I said, it's not about, this is the thing. Every single place you go, they're going to have a difference than you. Not everybody's going to agree with you in every town you hit or every city you hit or everywhere you go. People all have differences. He might look at it different from you. You might look at it different from him. Y'all both have different point of views. But to be able to sit down and take both of y'all point of views and y'all both look at them and communicate thoroughly about them, and then turn it into a bigger point of view, because you're taking your point of view and his point of view, putting together, now it's a bigger point of view. It's unstoppable, bro. It's unstoppable. And that's just like sometimes with the countries, and things that are going on. Yeah, you might have this point of view, but if two countries come together and put their point of views aside to side, now they look at the bigger point of view, in the middle. And that's what it's about. And the world is the same thing, It's the same thing with the planet and planet Earth. There's a bigger picture. We just haven't all looked at it. And if all of us would be able to see that bigger picture, God would be more thankful and less repenting on us like how he is. Because people ain't miss seeing that bigger picture, They're so focused on other things than seeing the bigger picture. And you got to focus. That's like I told y'all in that song, you need to focus. You know what I mean? Don't worry about all that other stuff, dude. That shit gonna come if you trying to get that. Your blessings coming. Don't trip on that. But if you gotta feel like your blessings ain't coming, then they probably wasn't supposed to come. Because you shouldn't feel like your blessings are coming. If you know your blessings are coming, you want to say, thank you, God. My blessings are coming. I know I haven't received them yet, but they on the way. Some people just, I'm never going to get a blessing. It's because that attitude right there, that negativity. That negativity is never going to get what you want, or it always has to be what you want. That's like I just was talking to somebody. They know who I'm talking about, and I was talking to them last night, and they said it's my world. My world. That's what she told me. And I'm like, my world? It's our world. There ain't no freaking my world. It's our world. That's the thing. So you got to think big like that. Some people just, it's my world, and they're in their own little world. But then you got to remember, it's our world. It's a whole world as a whole. You was born here just like I was born here. You were born here just like I was born here. You might have grew up a little bit different, but we both was born. We both was birthed here. We both gonna die, however we gonna die, whether we die differences or whatever. We all gonna die. We all have a time when death comes and, knocking at the door. And one thing that I've understand with that is when the time comes, I don't I don't feel like I won't be not ready for when that time comes, because I've been waiting already. Like, y'all know I got shot in the head. I almost died then, the cancer. And so when you get those life situations, you start to realize what's important. And it's not because you want to, it's because you really thinking like, damn, I could have ended that then. This all could be over. The music could be over. The me talking, the me giving y'all the game. Me, like right now, I'm gonna be giving y'all some credit. Some stuff to build y'all credit. Like right now, my shit is high credit. I'm not gonna tell no, yeah. The whole point is, I'm gonna teach y'all how to build your credit and get your shit booming. Let alone, I'm gonna teach you how to open a business credit and do your business credit. That's the thing. But I don't want to teach you, and I don't do it right first. That's why even I haven't even talked about it yet. Like my boy's like, your credit booming now, bro. How'd you do that? I told him, he was hella juicy. He's like, you need to teach classes. Maybe we might teach classes. We might do credit help or credit financial repair or credit repair help. Because that's the thing. I've been there where like I've had the best credit. I fucked up my credit. Over 100K fucking up the credit, $100,000 credit negative. And I fixed that. And I'm trying to explain to y'all, anything could be fixed. No matter if you think your life is broken, no matter if you think your car is broken. What happens when your car breaks down? You fix it. What happens if, let's say a sink, something in your bathroom or something, anything breaks, your toilet breaks or anything. You fix it. Anything can be fixed. And some things aren't fixable and they have to be replaced because you could try to fix it and it still ain't gonna fix it. Some things are like that. And that's more of like, because me, I come from the Bay Area, right? So you got the Tenderloin district, you got, yeah, Mission, but mainly like Tenderloin and the Embarcadero. Like I told y'all, don't park on Embarcadero. And those districts are already like grimy, homeless people, like people that don't want to fix themselves. You can go give this guy $1,000 and tell him to go get in a hotel, and I assure you, he might get in the hotel for one night just to prove you wrong. Like, hey, I did it one night, and he gonna give it his all like he wants to believe. But if unless he wants to really change, he's gonna be right there back in the Tenderloin district asking somebody else for another hotel fee. And like I've seen it. I've seen it so many times. Just not as an artist, but in people. Because I come from it, like I said, coming from SF, seeing the gentrified districts. Because SF, it's all districts. It's a lot of district this. You got the Mission district, you got Fillmore district, you got the Lakeview district, you got Sunnyvale district. It's a lot of district stuff. So you gotta know where you're at and where you what district you in, and just everything's it's not segregated, but it pretty much is segregated. Like it's all, like I said, everything's a certain district. You go to the Mission district, that's gonna be your more Mexicano side of San Francisco. Where if you go to like your Sunnyvale district or your Fillmore district, that's gonna be your African black side. Or if you go to Chinatown district, that's gonna be your China district or more Chinese people, Asian descendants. And I think it's cool because that's what makes the city to this day. It's still like that till this day. It's been like that for ages. And that's why I try to tell y'all, how people say don't let the past shape. The past still shapes the cities we be in. So how can we not let the past shape us? Because we still seeing it. You get what I'm saying? And it's it's cool, bro. It's something to really watch, bro. Because it's like us being older, when we were younger. Because I'm a '90s baby. I don't know how some older y'all is, but I'm a '90s baby. And so the '90s was lit. The '80s was the dope crack era, and the '90s was all like the fun time and all that stuff. And one thing that I've learned just from growing up and just seeing the '90s in the Bay and growing up with the Bay was like that, to now. Oh, it's a big difference. A lot has changed. Uh, where I grew up in Richmond, in Richmond, it's called the Jets. That's why y'all heard in that song I said I used to stay in the Jets. That's the Jets. So where I grew up right there in Richmond, they moved us all out on Section 8. We didn't want to move out of there. We didn't choose to move out of there. We had money to stay there, but the government made us move. And then not only did they make us move, they built a whole area in a whole nother city 40 minutes away for all my family to move to. So it's crazy, right? Because they built it far away for all our family to move to. And like I said, everything's boarded up now. All the buildings are boarded up. Uh, a lot of them are tore down, I'm pretty sure. They just recently tore it all down. They were trying to sell it. They wanted to buy it back. They said buy back the project. But yeah, it didn't work out. And so they ended up tearing it down. So now all those buildings that I showed y'all that are boarded up where I grew up at, it's nothing there. It's empty. It's empty. And I was teaching some of y'all, I'm gonna post a picture on my page, right? I'm gonna post a picture on my post. I'll make a post on YouTube about it. I'm finna play this game a little bit, and then we're gonna do our thing. All right. So one thing that was crazy growing up right there in the Jets, we could see the nicer houses. With, I'm not gonna say, but they were Caucasian people. We were African descendant, African American, and so we could see the nice houses, right? And the only thing that's keeping us from this neighborhood of nice houses was a fence. A fence and one of those big, those the freeway concrete blocks. The stuff that you block off a freeway, or if they're blocking a lane or blocking something. Basically things that divide the freeways, but just picture one sitting there blocking the whole road. And it's crazy, right? Because like when we were growing up, I remember riding a bicycle on training wheels, right? And I used to always tell my moms, all my family, like, why can't we go over there? Why can't we go to that side? Like, it's nicer houses. They got a playground at they park. Our park, we ain't even got a playground. It was ghetto jungle gym. One of those little ghetto jungle gyms. It wasn't even a playground like how they had. And I would always remember asking myself that as younger, like, why can't we go over there? Why can't we play over there? And like I said, I'm gonna post a picture so y'all can see y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna make a post and I'll be like, this is what I used to be like. Can I go play on the other side of the street? Because it was much nicer. The houses were nicer. It felt nicer to ride the bike on the sidewalk. The roads weren't so messed up. Uh, you know, we had law enforcement's in and out, in and out, in and out that area. And the other side didn't. The Caucasian side was all nice. Never seen one law enforcement on that side. Like, it was just crazy, bro. It was like, and it was just crazy. It was divided by a fence, just one gate. And so we could see them. Like, you could see this white Caucasian dude barbecuing, right? And then he's looking to the other side of the street and seeing, oh, these are hoodlums. And, people are doing donuts. I'm going to show you where they were doing the donuts. People doing donuts in their cars. He probably, I wouldn't doubt it. You've done seen a few shootings right there or anything, you done seen it happen. And so, that just that area in Richmond, it wasn't a nice area. That's North Richmond is nothing nice about it. It's a very slumlord area. It's a very gentrified area. When I was growing up, we didn't even have a hospital. So if you ended up getting shot in the city, there was no hospital. You had to make sure you survive all the way till they take you to a hospital that's 40, 30 minutes away. So yeah, a lot has changed. Now they got the hospital in downtown Richmond, Kaiser, which is a blessing. Because at that time in the city they didn't have Kaiser. So yeah, like Kaiser, it's important that we have that hospital in downtown Richmond. It's important that Richmond gets the recognition that it didn't get at that time, like with just growing up in the projects. Like I'm ready to see the new projects. I mean, supposedly they're gonna put new houses right there. So remember, like I told you, how we used to look to the other side to see the Caucasian people's houses and everything, and then our houses are all, we in the projects, they in the nice houses and stuff. Well, now they're planning to make all the projects spot where we were all nice houses. So I'm excited to see what it does to the city, excited to see how it looks. So like I said, when I just went over there just recently, it's all gone. It's all tore down. That's why I said I said it in my song. I'm gonna talk about it. I think it's called it's one of the new songs off that Treacherous State album. And in the song I said where I grew up I can't go cause now it's boarded up. And now it ain't even just boarded up, it's torn down now. So now I guess I gotta add that in the song. Where I grew up, I can't go because now it's torn down. Before I used to say I can't go because now it's boarded up, but now I can't even go because it's torn down. And I just want y'all to understand, like how they say, don't let the past shape you. But like we don't. It's not that you don't let the past shape you. You look back at the past and realize how far you've gotten, and that's what shapes you. The growth, the progress, the being able to make it out of that environment. Like I said, I lost a lot of good family members there. My uncle passed away. A couple of my cousins, I ain't gonna say no names, but they passed away there. And yeah, it's a lot of family history, dude. And some people say it's the worst place. Oh, it's this and that. Like we had the rapper Young Los. He's a rapper. He's from Richmond. He used to be right there all the time, seeing him growing up. Johnny Cash. A lot of y'all heard of Johnny Cash. He used to be right there growing up. And one thing that's kind of cool about that is out of the whole thing with all that and just seeing how much of the city changed, from Richmond. Just like I said, they moved all of my family out of there. And it's not that people wanted to move. Like my aunties and them, they didn't want to move. They didn't want to leave. They didn't want to. They didn't want to leave. They didn't want to move. But the government ended up calling those places condemned. And so when they do that, you have to leave. And the government finds another place for you to go. They already had housing set up. So, a lot of my family went that way. Some of my family went to other places. And that's how it did. Only certain went with what the government told, and some just said, hey, we don't need your assistance. We're going to go do what we do. And that's just, it sucks, bro, because now, like I said, where I grew up at, I've always wanted to go back and do like a vlog or like, a video talking about, me walking through there and just showing y'all where I grew up, how it was going to elementary school around there and, all the crazy stuff that was happening and just explain to you all because, where I grew up, it was a predominant African American neighborhood. Like Lo said in one of his songs, he said, it's like Louisiana. You know what I mean? It's like New Orleans, but a lot of our family was from Alabama. So we from Alabama, Georgia, and things like that. And so, yeah, it's different. It's different. And it's crazy because, like I said, these are my grandparents coming from Alabama. But they see my grandfather, he came from Alabama as a slave. So if y'all seen in that video, it said rich ex-slave shot to death. My grandfather was a slave when he came from Birmingham, Alabama. And that's Alabama, and then you got Georgia, Alabama too, right? So I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah. So he came from Alabama. And that's the crazy part. He migrated from back in the day. Like, this just ain't him. It wasn't just my grandfather either, though. This is other my family members, too. And they all migrated, all into the Bay. And then they just set up shop in different areas in the Bay. And this is during the 50s and the 40s. And that's how we became in the Bay. And that's where like a lot of like African culture in the Bay didn't start in the Bay. It all is from other places, but they ended up Bay Area raising them, and that's how it is, you know. Like I said, my family originates from Alabama, but when you really want to know where our history tree and everything is, you're going to say the Bay Area. And you're going to say like San Francisco, you're going to say Richmond, you're going to say Vallejo, you're going to say Oakland. You know what I mean? That's I got family in all these different cities. That's history. And it's crazy because my family have done big things in each city, which is cool. It makes me feel amazing because it shows me like no matter what city you hit, no matter where you go, you can do great things for a city if you just know how to do it and know how to put people in better positions, give people opportunities, show people that they're able to do what you do, or show people that whatever they want to do, they're able to do it. 'Cause I think some of y'all, like I said, get discouraged and be like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. And stop it. You can do whatever you want. Yes, sir. Now, we on this game, yo. So it's just cool, you know. I like to give y'all a little history like that. You know, I'm gonna talk more about my grandpa and the legacies, and I'll talk about some of the cool artists that he worked with. You know, he got to work with Jimi Hendrix. He got to work with Ike and Tina Turner. He got to work with the Jackson Fives and Michael Jackson. He got to work with what's his name? James Brown. James Brown. Uh, who else? You know, the list goes on. Like I said, and let alone during the rock time with Bill Graham, you had the Grateful Dead, you had Guns N' Roses, you know, and that's Ozzy Osbourne. Welcome to the jungle. We got thing. Long live Ozzy, man. We used to love that music, man. And so that's what I'm trying to say. It's a lot of history, bro. That's why me personally, a lot of people ask me why am I so big on music, you know, and all types of music. I can never pick one type of music because it's all part of history. Like I know y'all heard that country song. I'll be riding on the dirt road, on the dirt road. Like, come on, bro. There's some shit. I'll say some country songs. Y'all would even probably think I know the words to or listen to. That don't mean that. Oh, something. Because I'm black, I'm not supposed to like country music, or I don't care for country artists or this. Nah, not like that at all. It's not like that at all. I big listen to it. I rock out to it too. You see me vibing and dancing out, dude. Like I'm big on all types of music, bro, because that's the thing. There's so many different types. Eminem, that's not a country rapper. Eminem's a hip hop artist. And I wouldn't call him a country rapper. I wouldn't call Eminem a rock artist. I would call him a rapper, a hip hop artist, rapper, whatever he wants to consider himself. That's what I would call Eminem because he deserves every bit of it. He's got bars. I don't give a fuck what any of y'all say. Eminem got gas, bro. You tripping if you say Eminem can't spit. Uh, you know the 8 Mile video when he was in Detroit, showing you how 8 Mile and 7 Mile, you know, how they're just right across from each other, and he showed you the difference, you know. Oh, I'm right here, I'm in Detroit. You're over there, you're in a whole little area. So that was another one that was cool, you know, with Eminem. But like I said, I think that's one thing, like that type of music right there just shows you like country, rap, whatever it is, does not matter. Music is music. The point is, what's the message you getting through to the people, and that's what we trying to get to. That's what music's about. That I be thinking. That's how I look at music. I don't care about if it's a rap song. I don't care about if it's a country song or a rock song or anything. Does the music got a good message behind it to get to the people to grow? That's the thing. It doesn't have to be a positive song. It doesn't have to just talk positivity because, like I said, in the world, there's a lot of negativity going on. So you just could be speaking about what you're seeing going on. But it still has to have a positive outcome at the end of the day of the message. And like that's like me. All my music is just growth, building, prospering, uh, not feeling condemned to some of your past. Or like, like I said, a lot of my music I do talk about the past situations or past things that happened in my life. But it's not that I'm doing it to just be like, hey, this is what this and this makes me hard. No, nah, not at all. I've been locked up and for all my life that doesn't make me hard. I've been all that dumb shit, as a kid. That doesn't make me hard, none of that. What makes me hard is standing up for what I believe in and able to be be by myself through it all. That's what made me be able to stand tall and I could say I'm hard. Is that's what it's about. It's not the music, it's not the message, it's not the me being locked up, it's not I'm trying to not teach y'all to get locked up. And if you thought that and if you on my page fucking following me thinking I'm trying to teach you to get locked up, you gotta be the dumbest person. Cause that's the least thing I'm teaching you. I'm teaching you how to start a business. I'm teaching you how to grow. I'm teaching you how to elevate after you came from nothing, from the ground up, with no handouts, because nobody gonna hand it to you. I keep trying to tell you that. So you gotta be willing to put the work in. And if you ain't willing to put the work in, don't do it at all. That's like me. I'm not trying to say that I'm a rapper, because that's not the work that I'm trying to put in right now. That's why I hate when y'all try to say, oh, you're an artist or you're a rapper. No, people, I just make fucking music, okay? Just make fucking music. Y'all like it. Some people like it. I'm blessed people like it. That's all good. But I'm not a rapper. I don't go traveling every fucking where all day, every day, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I don't go do shows every week to live on. That's not what I'm fucking trying to do. Uh, and it's crazy because like one of my boys just hit me up. Like I said, he offered me $250 to go do a show real quick. That's just a little 1 hour show, perform a few songs, 250 bucks. And the thing is, that's not what it's about. I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not doing it to get something in return, because if that was the case and I was investing all that money back then, I didn't get nothing in return back then when I was investing, and I'm still investing to this day. That's not what I'm trying to get in return. That's why I think a lot of people get the game messed up. And that's why they say, like, it take money to make money. You invest to get a return. But that's when you want to invest to get a return. I don't want to invest to get a return. I want to invest to get get I want to invest to get my point across. Like I want to invest to just get heard. I want to invest to get cuz that's the thing. I wouldn't say get heard, but you know what I mean. I want to invest and just get the message through to y'all. That's what my investment is. I don't want nothing in return. Like I said, I don't do it. Yeah, I love the money. The money's cool. We love having money, but shit, even if I wasn't making music, I'm still gonna keep having money. I'm still gonna keep doing the same. So that shows you the music wasn't because of the money. The money ain't because of the music. Uh, Another thing, like the sound. Sound. Hold on, my bad. Let me add this real quick. Play this game real quick. Add it up. All right, we on Call of Duty, y'all. I like that. This one thing, like I said, I'm finna keep doing lives more like this. And I will do lives. Like one of my boys, like, you need to freestyle and do a couple freestyles. We're gonna freestyle on some shit. I ain't gonna do it all the time, but we gonna do it. I might do one live where I just freestyle on beats all day. I might do a live where I'm eating food all day. I might do a live at this boy's birthday party event where I'm performing. You know what I mean? Like, it's just things like that. You know what I mean? That's what we're trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do, at least. I don't know as you as artists or other artists. Every artist is different, but if I could give y'all the game and just tell y'all something, then that's what I'm trying to do is pass on the good information that I know, because I got a knowledge up here, you know, I got a lot of knowledge. I made a lot of money off my music now. Not only can I say that I've made a lot of money off my music, I'm still making money off my music. Like a lot of my older music is still feeding me to this day. I'm still eating off the old music. That's the crazy part. The old money is still rolling in as new money. And so I'm trying to tell you, like, and some people say you don't promote it enough. You don't do that. You don't do that. But that's because in the world that I was raised, you got to understand. My grandfather was one of the richest promoters in the world. So one thing that my grandfather did, because you know we didn't have we didn't have the internet. We didn't have internet. We didn't have phones back then. They were putting flyers up and shit. And one thing that I learned from grandpa and all that knowledge with, the whole promoting thing and everything is that sometimes that's all you need is a great promotion shit. That's a great promotion service. That's all you need. Man, you ain't sorry. You just shot me and shit. He said, I'm sorry about that, y'all. You just shot me, my own teammate. Come on. Oh, he right there. Fuck, I knew he was behind. Hold on. Pop up, pop up. Pop up, pop up. Pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. Oh, there he is right there. Master Splinter. Mm. Man, I didn't even notice for mine. Come on, man. Ooh. Oh, they smacking us. Come on. Where'd he go? Oh, got him. Hold up. Oh, got him. Oh, he's right there again. Oh, almost got his ass. Come on, let's go. Oh, he's right there laying down. And he blended in. Well, get it in. Oh. Oh, he cooking both of us. Damn, bro. Come on, man. Get out the way. Oh, that was that game. They whooped us on that shit. Golly. Yeah, I was at the bottom, dude. I got 8 out of 12. 8 out of 12. But yeah, man. Like I said, bro, it's just something y'all gotta work on. You know, I'm about to be getting off this thing in a little bit. I'm about to play one more game of Call of Duty, then we'll do one more Fortnite, and then we finna get off this live. And I got things to do, man. And I want to say thank you for rocking with Red. Shout out to everybody. You know, like, share, subscribe. And, you know, thank y'all for the support. Thank you for supporting me through this long journey of YouTube, man. Because, shit, we got the plaque on the way. The plaque is on the way. But yeah, like I said, man, I got some dope things that I'm gonna talk about more. Like I'm gonna start going to, you know, try to do like little. I probably won't do it yet. I ain't gonna rush it right away. But I'm planning to start doing like, you know, little, like I said, little maybe a freestyle video. You know, I don't really freestyle too much, but a lot of my boys say I gotta get back on the freestyling. So maybe we might do some freestyle content. Obviously, I like that. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna do more reviews. I got a couple of my boys' products I'm gonna review. So I'll be dropping those reviews shortly. I will be reviewing, you know, more Home Depot products. As y'all know, you know, shout out to Home Depot. They got me on that little sponsorship right now. I mean, it ain't big sponsorship, but we sponsored by Home Depot. We're gonna review some of their content, review some of their products. And it's kind of cool because, you know, like I always wanted to review Home Depot's products. And me working there, I never thought I would be actually doing it. And now I'm doing it and actually getting commissioned and paid from Home Depot. So I think that's kind of cool as fuck. And I want y'all to understand that. It's like, you never know how your life gonna be. Like, cause me, I was working at Home Depot. Now I'm getting paid by Home Depot to review their content. So first I was getting paid as a worker. You know, we unloading freight and stuff. And now we getting paid for just reviewing content, showing their products, you know. I got this blower we're gonna be showing, and then I got like a chainsaw that I got that they're selling right now. It's a deal for the chainsaw, and we're gonna do that as well. Like, but I'm gonna show other products as well. That's what I'm saying. I got a lot of cool products, but I just thought that was a cool little thing because I fuck with it. What the fuck? How the fuck did I not get that motherfucker? He was just sitting there. God is a. Somebody shoot. Ooh, from behind. It's always from behind. Let me see. There he is right there. Oh, come on. Now he's behind me? What the fuck is that? Oh, he's up here. Oh, won't let me get up there? The fuck? How the fuck he get up there? Man, how did he get up there? I think that's a free-for-all, huh? Yeah, it's free-for-all. I'm pretty sure it's free-for-all. I don't even think this is a regular team deathmatch, huh? There's somebody right here. Oh, he's right there. Oh. What the fuck? I seen his ass. Come on, man. That's what Shelly gotta do with the controller, because I seen his ass. That ain't make no sense. Oh, then he came for me on. Well, let's get it. It's always from behind, man. Yeah, he can't get up that motherfucker. Oh shit, he came from behind. It was right there. Caught his ass. That's that bullshit. Come on, man. What's up with the game? I say, dumping that dude, he was right over me. He's right there. Oh, it's from behind. Let's see where he likes that spot. Yeah, you could get everybody right here. Oh, he was right there. I thought he was. Fuck. Creeping. He was just closer. We lost that one, but it's all good. We should play one more game of the fort. Jump off. Got the best play though, y'all. We got the best play. Look. Wow. See, we get that. That's a long shot. Close. Boom. Another long shot. Come on, watch. He was right here. Boom. There's another one down there. See, that's the second that I didn't even see him. He was right there. I should have noticed. It's all gravy. We still have the kill cam though. Another good game, y'all. Alright, it's a beautiful morning. Yeah. Alright, man. We finna play one more game, y'all, this Fortnite, and we finna get off of here. I want to say thank y'all for supporting me this live. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? We're going to keep the content coming. I most definitely, like I said, get to dropping some videos. Me rapping some of the lyrics to my songs. Me doing, all that. And that's how the day gonna go, man. If you got church coming up and you going to church, man, you have a blessed day at church. If you at home with your family, have a blessed day with your family. If you got your stuff to handle with your kid, handle it with your kid. You know what I mean? Have a blessed day, bro. Be grateful, be thankful. Thank you, God, for letting us wake up another day. Thank you, God, for letting us do this on this beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful day in America today. And I think we all should be more grateful and thankful, because I know I am. But shit, we finna get off of here. Finna leave this lobby and jump on the floor one last time, bro. After this, I'm off for Fortnite, and then I got things to go handle. Like I said, we gotta go to the studio today. I'm gonna see about maybe releasing some new music for y'all before I get to the studio, but I am going to record some new music today. And yeah, it's good vibes, bro. We vibing out today. It's gonna be a nice, beautiful Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday today. Yes, it is, man. Hey, y'all know it's been hot, but as y'all can see, winter's coming in soon. So most definitely, like for the last couple of days, if you want to say fall, because y'all know it's fall right now. So for the last couple of days of fall before winter hit, drink a lot of water, man. Plenty of water. There's never too much water, dude. And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm drinking too much water. No, there's never too much, bro. Drink water, bro. Health is wealth. Stay hydrated. My doctor tells me it all the time. Water, water, water. Drink a lot of water. So I just want y'all to understand that water is important. Don't be afraid to drink it. And most definitely, if you need some water, get some water, man. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yeah, we got a few people up on here, man. I want to say thank y'all for the ones that threw a like on it. Like, share, subscribe. Throw a like, man. It's real, man. It's the last game right here. We play this last one and get off of here. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Yes, sir. Yeah, and it's cool though, cause I'm excited. I'm about to be so busy. I ain't really gonna have too much free time to do much, anyways. As y'all know, I'll be working every freaking day soon, so it's coming soon. That's why I'm trying to take advantage of this free time that I got to give y'all. Like I said, I'm gonna go record. I'm gonna go knock out them 2 music videos. Try to knock all of this stuff out before I get to work. So then y'all got some content while I get back on my grind and back on work. Cause y'all know, shit, I just been chilling, man. I've been big chilling. Chilling like a villain. Big chilling, man. As y'all can see. Yes, sir. Get some water in your life. You can never go wrong with some water. I keep trying to tell y'all that. People think I'm crazy. No, water is very important. I know you don't want to think so, but just drink some water, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Motherfucker, nice and cold. And like I said, just drink a lot of water, man. Health is wealth. That's one thing. I try to drink a lot of water, because that's one thing. Like my doctor always tells me, drink water, drink water, drink a lot of water. And yeah, man, we finna get on this game one last time. This is the last time, and I gotta get off of here, y'all. I want to say thank y'all for being a part of this live. You know, we're gonna get ready to drop new live content today. I might go review some food today. I don't know how I'm feeling. You know, it's Sunday. I just want to see what my stomach's feeling like. A lot of y'all said I need to do another Dave's. We might do another Dave's. But like I said, we for surely got Jersey Mike's on the list. You know, we got Dave's. We might hit again. You know what I mean? We for surely gonna do the Indian cuisine. You know. Uh, Another one I was gonna hit, but I know all of us been there. Black Bear Diner. You know, I like Black Bear Diner. Some people don't like Black Bear Diner. I like it. Black Bear Diner, cool. I like going there. So maybe we might hit a Black Bear Diner one time, because I ain't been to Black Bear Diner in a long time. We might just hit that. For surely IHOP House of Pancakes, if y'all know. IHOP is the House of Pancakes. That's what that stands for, is the House of Pancakes. IHOP told me to go do a review. So we're going to go review some pancakes pretty soon, topped with fruit. Like I said, I'm going to post a video today, but we got where I'm going to go live, and like we'll just sit there and review it, you know. And yeah, we got some good things on the way, bro. I'm ready to review all this good food, dude. If y'all know me, I love eating, dude. That's one thing I love to eat. Even though I don't put on that much weight, that don't mean I ain't hungry. What do you say? We starving like Marvin. Straight up. Come on. Alright, it's game time, y'all. Let's get it. So this the last game, and then after this I'm gonna get off. Like I said, I got a couple things to work on. And for surely after I record this music, like I said, I got these new music videos. That's the next things I'm gonna be working on. And then after I work on these new music videos, I will most definitely be releasing the new merch finally. And like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it online or only in person. A lot of my boys said I should get back to the in person, you know how I used to do drop offs. I ain't gonna lie, I did like that. It was cool pulling up on people, you know. Because not only do I get to like see y'all get the merch in person, but then y'all get to see me and talk to me, get a picture, whatever. You know, I thought that shit was pretty cool. So we either way we gonna do the merch again, but I don't know if I'm gonna be dropping it off in person like how I was before. But either way, the merch is coming back. So you don't have to worry about not receiving the merch. You still gonna get the merch, but I just don't know exactly how I'm gonna do it. Oh look, this dude's down here right now. Damn, that's crazy. Alright, we got one more, y'all. I played it one more time. That was too fast. Try to get a dub on this last one before we get done. I ain't gonna lie, another thing, you know, I ain't gonna do it during the winter, but for surely before next summer, y'all. Oh yeah, the hair gotta go. We might be cutting all this hair off again. Getting back to how I used to. I just didn't really like. That's the thing, you know, where I go to get my barber, I got a specific barber that cuts my hair. And he does designs. He'd do the Golden Gate Bridge. He put the Warriors on my head. He did a lot of dope designs. And I just want y'all to understand, like, I would probably cut it right now. And it ain't like I don't have faith in these other barbers. But they ain't gonna do like how my boy gonna take care of me, man. He gonna fade me all up. He gonna do the design. Some real Bay Area haircut. So it's like one thing is, I think probably for summer, like spring, around April, I'm most definitely gonna probably donate all my hair and cut it all off. Donate the hair and start over again, man. You know what I mean? I feel like it's about time. Maybe, you know, it's getting long. Look at this shit. It's already past my face, y'all. Y'all see it? It's past my face. The hair is getting long. So that's the thing, you know. It's still not the longest I've had it. You know, I've had it much longer than this, but I'm just saying, I'm still thinking about maybe growing it out some more. But either way, I know I do want to cut it soon enough and start having that, you know, how I used to look. If you know, y'all used to always see me. I used to always have a haircut. And that boy was John Cena. John Cena. Come on, let's go. You can't see me. Let's get it. he's right here. There he is. Come on. Pass that over. Oh, he's right there. Oh, hell no. What the fuck? Alright, it's time to get off. That motherfucker got me. He had that big blowy. Oh, man. So, like I said, man, y'all have a blessed Sunday. Thank God for today, man. Be grateful. We up at it another Sunday. You know what I mean? Y'all have a blessed day, man. I'm finna get off of here and go get ready for the day, man. Y'all have a great day. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? And we gonna keep this content coming, man. I told you I'm working on being more consistent. I really am. I'm it's not easy with like I said, it's not that I just don't want to be consistent. It's hard to find the time to give y'all the content, or like hard to find the time to just where I could just sit and just, hey, I'm gonna go live for a few minutes and then I'll get off. And so that's why I said, and I'm gonna try and make the lives longer, you know. We ain't did no crazy like, you know, streams where we streaming for 2 days straight or anything like that. I ain't never did that before. But I do plan to start streaming and dropping more content where I give y'all more content. And I got a bunch of cool videos. Like I said, I'm gonna share that picture of where I grew up so y'all can see how it was all boarded and how we used to look over the fence. I'll show y'all what it was looking like. I'll post that, you know, make a post about that pretty soon. And after that, you know, the rest, I might drop some more content or we might go live later. Either way, I will be dropping more videos. I got more videos I will be getting today. That's an automatic. I will be getting more content, videos, visual content. And yeah, we're gonna keep this music coming for y'all, man. We're gonna keep the music coming. Like I said, we got new videos, new things on the way. So if you wanna be a part of it, and get yourself a music video. Like I said, he's doing 2 for 400. You can't beat that. 2 for 400. He usually charging 5 for one. For one, he's doing a deal right now, 2 for 400. So if y'all need a music video, most definitely reach out to my guy. He'll cook you up quick. And other than that, that's what it is, man. We finna get up off of this live, man. Other than that, that's all I gotta say, man. It's Red. Thank y'all for being, a part of this live. Like, share, subscribe, and we're gonna keep the content going. It's Red.